we are going to start off in child's pose. Go ahead and bring your big toes to touch, your knees wide, and go ahead and stretch your hands towards the top of that mat. Taking it back to our regular coming to our mat pose, our regular first position. Take whatever feels right to you here. If you need to cushion your knees at all, whatever works for you. Take deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Let it go. Always the option to walk your hands over to one side and then the other here to help stretch out through your side bodies, but do what feels right. On your next inhale, we're going to come into puppy pose, Halasana. Go ahead and stack your knees under your hips. Your hips are going to lift as you start to stretch your hands towards the top of your mat. Your chest is coming to the mat and your hips are going to be the highest part of you. Option to bring your chin to the mat to help open up in your shoulders more. If this is too much, then bring your forehead to the mat. I'm demoing here, bringing my hands, my palms to touch, and then bringing my hands to reverse prayer, coming towards the back of my head to get into my triceps here. You don't need to go that deep. You can literally just keep your forehead on the mat. To get a little deeper, you can bring your chin to the mat. Whatever feels right, just breathe here. Let your back line open. Feel your chest gradually sink towards your mat. Slowly, we're going to come back to tabletop, bringing our shoulders under, or our hands under our shoulders. And again, our knees are in line with our hips. On your next inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, let your tailbone and gaze come high. Maybe wiggle your hips to the left and to the right a little bit. Squeeze your scapula muscles onto your back to help you open up in your chest like you're trying to smile your chest open. Exhale, cat pose. Press deep into your hands. Feel your back line stretch apart here. Stretching upright. Maybe you even wiggle a little bit to one side and then the other. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Couple more rounds here. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Going at your own pace. Taking your own time. Doing one more round here. We're going to meet in neutral tabletop when you're done. All right, in tabletop, send your hips up high on your next exhale for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Go ahead and take what you need here. Really press into your fingertips to take pressure out of your wrists. Bend deep into one knee and then the other, but definitely keep a generous knee in both knees here. Shake your head yes, maybe shake your head no. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, take teeny tiny steps to bring your feet behind your hands, coming into ragdoll, feet hip width apart, hands in the crooks of your elbows. Bend your knees so much that your torso can rest on your thighs. Bring more weight to the balls of your feet here to help open up in your hamstrings. On your next inhale, we're going to do a ragdoll twist. Let your left hand come down towards the ground as you send your right hand up high to the sky. Try to see if you can reach that right hand up while staying in a halfway lift of sorts. Exhale, come back to ragdoll. Inhale, ragdoll twist open to the left. Your left hand reaches up. Your right hand can be on the ground. Maybe just your fingertips touch. Really bend into that right knee to help you open up in that left side body. Exhale, come back down to ragdoll. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. Inhale, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rise to stand at attention, Samastiti. Hands at heart center, eyes open or closed. Just preparing before we begin the next part of our practice. All right, coming into our Sun A now. On your next inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Sweep your arms up high to the sky. Breathe here. Press down into your feet and try to pull your feet apart like you're pulling your left foot to the left and your right foot to the right, isometrically drawing them apart to feel your legs light up. Beautiful. Roll your shoulders onto your back, spiral your pinkies in towards each other. Feel your whole body engaged here. Beautiful. On your next exhale, vertical twist to the right. Keep your hips facing forward, but reach your right hand towards the back of your mat and your left hand towards the front of your mat. Really utilize the strength of your shoulders to help you twist here. Inhale, back up to mountain. Exhale, vertical twist open to the left. Your left hand is reaching back and your right hand is reaching forward. Look down at your hips. If you're tilting a little bit towards the left, draw that right hip back in line. Really utilize your thoracic spine here. Squeeze your shoulders onto your back to help you twist from your upper spine most. Inhale, back up to mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Let your hands come down to the mat. Bend into one knee and then the other just to help open up in your hamstrings a bit more. Maybe bring more weight to the balls of your feet to help send your hips high. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to shins or thighs, whatever you need to help have a flat back. Exhale, step back to high plank, top of a push-up, and hold. We are formatting our Chaturanga Dandasana here. Press deep into your hands like we did with cat pose. Really utilize, pull your scapula muscles onto your back here. Send your navel towards the back of your spine. On your next exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Option to come to your knees first if that works. We're setting up for a few rolling cobras. So bring your hands close to your lower set of ribs. Draw your elbows in towards your sides. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale down. Little to no weight in your hands. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, lower. Keep your tops of your feet pressed into your mat. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, roll down. Beautiful. On your next inhale, come up to tabletop or high plank. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Breath to movement. Now let's go. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold to the top of your mat, however you want to travel there. Inhale, mountain pose, arms reach up. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. Inhale, back to mountain. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Right hand reaches forward, left hand reaches back. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to high plank, top of a push-up. Lower all the way down to your belly, coming to your knees first if you choose. Inhale, rolling cobra. Hands next to your lower set of ribs. Lift up just for a moment. Lower down. Inhale, rolling cobra. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, rolling cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, tabletop or high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. One more time through. See if you can really utilize your breath, really open up in those vertical twists, open up in those side bodies. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, vertical twist to the right, open up. Inhale, back up to mountain. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. High plank, hold just for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, rolling cobra. Squeeze your back to help lift your chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rolling cobra. Little to no weight in your hands. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rolling cobra. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Inhale, tabletop or high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. Way to get through that sun A. Way to use your breath to help you open up and warm up. All right, from downward facing dog, inhale, lift your right leg up high to the sky. Square your hips to face towards the ground. Exhale, low lunge. Foot comes slowly in between your hands. Lower it with intention to the floor. Bring your right foot out to the side a little bit more. On your next inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Bring your hands up high to the sky, just like mountain. Our shoulders are stacked over our hips. Draw your hip points into your lower ribs to help utilize your glute muscles here. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other, even though they're not touching at all. This action will help you to draw your right hip back in line with your left. Inhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Open up your arms to 3 and 9. Bend into that right knee as you spin your back foot flat towards the mat. Keep your right knee in line with your right middle toes. Press deep into that back left foot. On your next exhale, extended side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Right arm down, left arm up high to the sky. Option to use your right forearm on the inside of your right thigh. This will help you to keep your right torso off of your leg. At the same time, reaching up high with that left leg. Press deep into that back left foot. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten in that right knee. Bring your right hand up and back, your palms facing down towards you so you can see it. Stretch one more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to high plank. Option to stay here or take a Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Bend your elbows no more than 90 degrees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull your hands back to help open up in your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Getting into the left side now. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Square your hips towards the ground. Exhale, low lunge. Draw your knee in towards your nose before bringing your left foot in between your hands. Bring your left foot out to the side, setting up for crescent lunge. On your next inhale, reach your arms up high, crescent lunge. If you're having trouble drawing your low hip points into, or your hip points into your low rib points, see if you can bend into your right knee to help you stack your shoulders over your hips more, and then re-straighten in that back right knee. Beautiful job. On your next exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms, sweeping your arms back, palms facing down, trying to draw your pinkies towards each other to help you open up in your chest. We're really opening up and getting warm here. Awesome job. On your next inhale, warrior two, spin your back foot flat to the mat, open up your arms wide like you're a sunrise here. Beautiful. Keep those left knees in line with your left middle toes. Really important knee alignment here. We want to make sure our bones, our joints are in the proper alignment. Exhale, extended side angle. Left arm down, right arm up high to the sky. Same prompt here. You can always use your left forearm on the inside of your left thigh. Reach that right hand up to the sky. Press into your right foot to help open up in that right side body. Beautiful job. On your next inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten in your left knee as you sweep your left arm up and back. Beautiful. Draw your right hip down and forward to be in line with your hips. Beautiful job. One more inhale here. Exhale, hands to the mat. High to low plank chaturanga. Always the option to skip it and come straight to downward facing dog as I'm doing. Beautiful. If you took the high to low plank, take upward facing dog and then downward facing dog. All right, breath to movement now. We've got this. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge, foot in between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms up. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms, sweep those arms back. Inhale, warrior two, open up. Exhale, extended side angle, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten in that right knee, right arm up and back. Exhale, hands to the mat, high to low plank. Option for one-legged high to low plank. Float that right leg for an ekapada. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, foot in between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms up high, lunge in that left knee. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms, sweep them back. Inhale, warrior two, spin your back foot flat, open up. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, reverse triangle, sweep that left arm up and back, straighten in that left knee. Exhale, hands to the mat. Option to hover your left leg for an ekapada chaturanga dandasana here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Always feel free to skip the chaturangas and hold high plank, or even just go straight to downward facing dog. Just one more round here. Let's get it. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach those arms up. Lunge in that right knee. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Biggest hinge yet. Inhale, warrior two. Open up. Watch the alignment of your knees. Exhale, extended side angle. Left arm up, right arm down. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten in that right knee. Press down in both feet. Exhale, high to low plank. Again, option for ekapada chaturanga dandasanas, one-legged. Inhale, upward facing dog or skip. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Last side now. Inhale, crescent lunge. Arms reach up high. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Sweep them back. Inhale, warrior two. Open up. Spin that back foot flat. Exhale, extended side angle. Left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, reverse triangle. Reach that left hand up and back. Exhale, hands to the mat. High to low plank chaturanga, option for the one-legged high to low plank as well. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. We are feeling nice and warm and open now. All right, on your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat, however you want to get there. Step, hop, jump. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, just a little reset. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Send your arms up, biceps in line with ears. Sink your hips down and back. Really utilize your breathing here. Bring your hands to heart center and hinge forward. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Use the leverage here of your elbow and your thigh to help you lengthen in your spine as you press your elbow into your thigh and twist into your upper thoracic spine like we did in our Sun A. Keep breathing here. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Left knee up. Left knee is in line with left hip. Flex in those left toes. Exhale, open twist to the left. Let your left hand reach to the back of your mat as your right hand comes to your lifted knee. Maybe even draw your lifted knee to the center a bit. Inhale, one-legged mountain, Ekapada Tadasana. Exhale, start to step back, coming into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. So it's like a mix between our crescent lunge and our Warrior Two. Our hips are facing forward, but our feet are in Warrior Two placement. Draw your hip points into your low ribs. Reach your hands up high. Keep lunging in that right knee, but press through that back left foot. Your back left foot is spun flat to the mat. Point both sets of toes forward. Draw your left foot up a little bit more. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, start to hinge forward, coming into pyramid pose. Keep breathing here. Work your back foot forward if needed. Let your heart come clean in between your inner thighs. We're setting up for revolved triangle here. Option to use a block or even a water bottle to help bring the ground a little bit closer. I'm going to demo using a water bottle just for your all's benefit. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot to set up. And then on your next inhale, reach your right hand up for revolved triangle. Keep breathing here. Press your grounded left hand down into your mat or a block to help you draw your scap muscles onto your back and turn your body deeper into the pose. Beautiful. Rotate your pelvis further. Exhale, hands to the mat, to the inside of your right foot for runner's lunge. Hands to the inside of your right foot, draw your right foot up and out. Maybe it even comes off the mat a bit. Come down onto your left leg. Option to stay up high on your hands, or maybe you bring your forearms to a block or to a water bottle or even a stack of books. Keep breathing here. Let yourself release. You can stay onto your hands or onto your forearms, or you can come up high on your hands. If you need a little bit more room, as you can see, I'm rolling to the outside of my right foot, coming onto the pinky edge to come further down. This helps to open your hips and maybe let you come a little bit further onto your mat. Option to stay down, or if you want to take an optional quad stretch, come back up high on your hands, bend your left knee and reach your right hand back to grab for the pinky side of your left foot. So you're shining your chest open towards the right side of your mat. This is also known as everything bagel because you kind of stretch a little bit of everything here. Maybe you draw your left foot closer to your glute. To release gently without flinging, gently release your foot, hands back on the mat, tuck your back toes coming into low lunge. Inhale, kick your right leg up high. Exhale, come to scorpion tail, hinge that right foot over towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming in on the left side, inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, just a little reset. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink those hips down and back. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other to feel your outer hips, your outer thighs open and spread. Slightly tuck your tailbone, protect that low spine. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh, twisting over to the left. If you need to, bring that right elbow to the inside of your thighs. That will help you to press in and twist more. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Sink your hips down a fraction more. You've got this. Beautiful job. Keep breathing here. On your next inhale, one-legged mountain, right knee up in line with right hip. Reach those hands up high for this Ekapada Tadasana. Flex those right toes towards your face. Exhale, open twist to the right. Bring your right hand to reach behind you as your left hand comes to your right knee. Try to draw your right knee in towards the midline. This will help you to balance and twist deeper. Beautiful. Inhale, back up to one-legged mountain. Reach those arms up high. And then slowly on your exhale, come to a warrior one. Reach that back foot flat to the mat. Spin it open to the side if you need to, keeping your hips square to the front. As you can see, I'm squaring my hips to the front, drawing my left hip back in line with my right. Press deep into that back foot, but then slightly tuck your tailbone to help draw your hip points into your low ribs. Same principle here with our crescent lunge placement as well. Keep lunging into that left knee. Beautiful. Go ahead and straighten in your left knee. Bring your right foot up a little bit more, and then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, start to hinge forward until your hands reach the mat for pyramid pose. Option to bring a block or a stack of books or even a water bottle to help your hands come a little bit closer to the ground. You can use your left thumb to help draw your left hip back. You'll really feel this in your left hamstring. If you need to, place a slight micro bend into that left knee. That will really help you to open up here. You've got this. Keep breathing. We're going deeper, but we've got the space. Go ahead and bring your prop to the outside of your left foot. Bring your right hand down on it. On your next inhale, revolve triangle, Pavrita Trikonasana. Reach your left hand up high to the sky. Draw your shoulders onto your back. This will help you to twist. Press down into your feet. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other to help you balance. Beautiful job. You've got this. Keep breathing here. One more inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Remove your props to the side. Bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Bring your left foot up and out. Come down onto your right leg. Beautiful. Taking a few breaths here. Option to roll to the outside of your left foot. Maybe you stay up high on your hands. Maybe you come down to your forearms. Take a couple breaths here. Just letting your hips open. Releasing here. We build heat, we generate heat for these intense stretches, these intense holds, and then we let it go. Optional quad stretch, bend your right foot towards your right glute, reach your left hand back to reach for the pinky edge of your right foot. You're going to be open to the left side here. Maybe you draw that right foot towards your right glute a little bit more, feeling your quad really open up. This is totally optional, you don't have to take it. If you did take it, gently release your foot without flinging. All of us are coming back to a low lunge. Inhale, sweep your left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, scorpion tail. Hinge your left foot over towards the right of your mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're using this warmth to help open up these hips and these spines of ours. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, yogi squat to the top of your mat. Bring your left foot behind your left hand, your right foot behind your right hand. Your feet are coming off the mat a little bit. Sink your hips down. Bring your hands to heart center. Boom. Yogi squat. Bring your elbows to your inner thighs. Gently press your elbows into your inner thighs, but then press your inner thighs into your elbows. This will help you straighten in your spine, sending your crown of your head to the ceiling. Maybe you go to one foot and then the other. Keep breathing here. This will help your hips to sink towards the floor. Keep breathing here, channeling in what you need, releasing what you don't. You can stay in this longer if you want. If you're ready to come out of it, what you can do is you can bring your hands down to the floor, coming into a halfway lift of sorts. So place your hands on the mat and then gently push your hips up to a halfway lift. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Send one foot back and then the other. When you come to downward facing dog, take a moment. Find yourself, feel out your hamstrings here, bend into one knee and then the other. Just see how this feels. On your next inhale, come into high plank, top of a push-up, and then lower all the way down to your belly. We're going to go ahead and come into another set of cobras here. For these cobras, we're going to really utilize squeezing our entire back line to help us lift in our chest. Bring your hands next to your lower set of ribs. On your next inhale, Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana, you can press the tops of your feet into the mat or lift them. Little to no weight in your hands for this one. Squeeze your back line, your shoulders, your glutes, everything. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, lower down to your right cheek. Maybe you windshield wiper your feet back and forth, bending in your knees, letting your feet come to the left and to the right, just to release. Coming into another cobra. This time we're going to press into our hands. Press the tops of your feet into the mat as you press into your hands, coming into king cobra. Full opening here in our shoulders. Pull your hands slightly back to help you open up in your shoulders. Draw your scapula muscles onto your back. Slightly tuck your tailbone to protect your low spine. Exhale, come down, rest onto your left cheek. Option to windshield wiper your hand or your legs because this was a lot of pressure in your low back. Awesome. Now we're going to set up for cactus arm cobra. So bring your hands off of your mat, almost like you're making cupcake fingers and you're cactusing out your arms. On your inhale, you're going to roll your chest up. You can straighten your arms here or keep a slight micro bend. I like to do a bend in my elbows and then drop one shoulder down and come back to center and then drop another shoulder down. Keep pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. Help tuck your tailbone here. Option to stay stationary, or you can take the shoulder dips as I'm doing, as I'm demoing. Take one more inhale here wherever you are, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Lower onto your chest and then release your hands. Let your hands rest next to your shoulders just for a moment, and then inhale, gently push yourself up through tabletop to come to child's pose, Balasana, just for a moment, just to release that low spine fully. From your child's pose, go ahead and come to tabletop and then bring your legs through your hands, coming onto your back. We're going to come all the way to laying down. Inhale, reach your legs up for legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. Flex your feet, press your low back into the mat just to get a little bit of release here. Maybe you circle your ankles in one direction and then the other. Option to stay there or maybe come to shoulder stands, Salamba Sarvangasana. You bring your hands to your low back, draw your elbows in towards each other, press down into your shoulders as you send your legs up. Stack your hips over your shoulders. This is like headstand, but reverse. We're using our shoulders instead of our forearms or our head. Keep breathing here. Option to stay. If you want to come into plow pose, Halasana, you definitely can. Or you can start to roll out of this and come to happy baby, Ananda Balasana, your choice. Really let yourself open up, maybe straighten in one leg and then the other, just letting your hamstrings have a little bit of extra love, a little bit of extra attention. Coming into a little bit of a different hip opener here. From happy baby, you're going to go ahead and let one leg come down long. We're going to let our right leg come long onto the mat as we keep our left leg into our torso. Wrap your arms around your left shin, coming into half wind relieving pose. Just really wiggling that left shin up towards your left armpit, just letting yourself compress the left side of your torso, giving your digestive system a little bit of love. And then on your next exhale, we're going to come to a supported figure four. You're going to bend your right leg and bring your left foot to the top of your right thigh. Option to do this, or you can take a more intense hip opener and let your right leg come down on the mat and cradle your left leg, your left shin into you, wrapping your arms around it almost like a baby, as you can see that I'm demoing. This really helps to open up in your hips. Also, it really challenges you to bring your right hip down towards the mat. Compress in here, and then we're going to come into half happy baby again just for a moment. Go ahead and switch out, bringing our right shin into our torso for half wind relieving pose on the right side. Pavanamuktasana. Really send your right knee towards your right armpit, and then exhale, supported figure four. Option to do traditional, bringing your right foot to the top of your left thigh. If you want to make this a little more intense, option to take the variation I offer, bringing your left leg long onto the mat, and then cradling your right shin, your right leg into your chest, almost like a baby, just wrapping your arms around it. Keep breathing here. Keep your hips parallel here by drawing your left hip down onto the mat, not letting it lift. Breathing into this. Breathing out here. Go ahead and come to a half happy baby here, reaching for the outside or inside edge of your right foot just for a moment. Maybe you straighten that leg. And then inhale, come to ball pose. Wrap your arms around your shins, forehead to knees. Squeeze everything in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, coming to Savasana. Option to come long in traditional Savasana or come to recline bound angle as I'm demoing. Your choice. However you want to end your practice, you take what you need.